Alleged man.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alleged Man, and this is Jump Ship. Now, I'm gonna do some general impressions and feedback that I'd like to see input into the game. So, yeah, this is the hangar where I'm at. My character is. So, one thing, I played this game about 2-3 times already, and I got a crew together, and I made a video, and I'll post the video in the description of this video. So, yeah, so far I like what I see. First impressions, this is just like Sea of Thieves, Deep Rock Galactic, FTL, and all the um, all those games that came before, and a little bit of Left 4 Dead. I do like the hangar, and there are some bugs we did encounter in my first my first recording of this game, and on my stream. I'm a content creator and Twitch streamer, so you can find me at, I'll show you here. You can find me at twitch.tv/allegedman, and this here's my logo. So, yep, I just want to show that off real quick. Here, and yeah, but yeah, what I want to talk about is there are some issues that that need to be fixed, and there are some suggestions that I would like to see input into the game. So,
Nice, you made it.
what I saw right off the bat was that you can't do anything with the ship in the hangar other than customize it, change the name, and do exterior and interior colors of the ship, and you can change the name and whatnot. However, there should be a test flight range for the ship in the hangar, so you should be able from the galaxy map, and I'd like to see this as a feature. There should be a test flight range on the map where you can click on the test flight range, and that'd be like a separate location which you can go to, and then you can return to the hangar either from the menu or from the galaxy map, from the galaxy map table over there. Because over here, as you saw earlier, we have a gun range. So, if we have a gun range to test our guns, why don't we have a ship, test flight range where we can test our ship out? So, yeah, I think we should have a test flight range for the game. And another thing, we should be able to access the interior from the ship locally. So, you see this door right here. This is the door from the hangar. This should have a button where the door opens up, and then you can go down to, you should be able to go down to a staircase, and then out to the dock there, and then go inside the ship while you're at the hangar. So that's one of the things I would like to see, or two of the things I'd like to see is this door should open up and go down to the dock of the ship, and then you should be able to see you should walk into the interior of your ship and go inside and check it out and familiarize yourself with your ship, and you should show people around the ship, and give it like a house tour, or like you're trying to sell, like a real estate owner trying to sell a house. So yeah, you should be able to access the interior of your ship from this door. There should be the door should lead to a staircase down to the dock there, and you should check out the interior of the ship from there.
How's it going?
And like I said, have a test flight range inside the hangar. You should be able to access it from the galaxy map table or from the menu. You should be able to do it with a full crew, or a full crew, 2-3 man crew, all that stuff, or do it solo. So you can get used to the ship. You can get used to the ship flight, the ship combat. On the test flight range, what I'm talking about, you should also be able to spawn targets like balloons, or spawn rings which you can fly into. You should learn all the, ins and outs of the ship, and you should be able to, like I said, spawn balloons, spawn your stationary targets, moving targets, and check out all the stations of the ship, and learn to repair, learn where the ship stuff, learn where all the ship nodes are to repair the ship and other stuff. Now, besides that, like I said, the game is great. There's few glitches. I encountered one of the things I encountered was the reactor reset. So yeah, after every mission, the reactor resets, and it should be able to be put. It should be able to stay in place. However you like your reactor configuration for your engineering and whatnot, that should be able to stay in place without being reset. I had to do that on my second mission with my friends, and yeah. So another thing was there was a part of the ship I could not access because there was like a hallway, and like one of the walls was just all debris. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that should be looked into and fixed if possible. Other than that, like I said, the game's great, but we need to check out a ship. We need to have a ship test flight range, with spawning targets and moving targets, and have a flight course to where everyone can familiarize with the ship, can get familiarized with the ship, and we should also be able to, like I said,
Interesting.
like I said, fly around, test it out, all that good stuff, and then get used to movement and with the ship, and do maneuvers, do drills
Hey,
with
how's it
with
going?
your squad, and just like have prep time before you go on a mission. So people don't be like, oh god, where's this, where's that, everything else. So that's kind of the trouble we had with my crew. And yeah, like I said, the game is great. This is everything I wanted Starfield and Sea of Thieves to be like. So I'm glad this game exists. Like they said, Sea of Thieves in space. This is a really great game, and I want to see it improved. And I'd like to see my suggestions be inputted into the game. So just some suggestions, feedback, all that good stuff. I hope the devs watch this video, and I hope you all have a good day. And remember, twitch.tv/allegedman, and please follow me on Twitch. I also have a Discord. I will post that in the link in the description below on the video. And I look forward to seeing everybody on Jump Ship. I stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern, usually after dinner. Sometimes I do 9 o'clock. So I just want to let everybody know that I like this game. I want to see this game succeed, and I know this is a passion project for a small dev team. So I want this game to succeed. I want this game to sell well, and I want everybody to play it and enjoy it and just have a lot of fun. And I hope my suggestions and feedback, get implemented into the game. So, like I said, like a ship test flight range, we should be able to access that door over there and see the interior of the ship and go down a staircase to see the dock. And there should be more graphics options than just this as well. There's, like I said, all the basics are there. We need a FOV slider. We need, we have, frame rate. Everything's there. Basically, text. We need better texture resolution options. We need shadows. We need water. We need bloom and gamma and all that stuff. So, like I said, I'm Alleged Man, and I really appreciate this game, and I hope this game does well. Have a good day and take care. And we'll see you on Twitch. And yeah, take care, everybody. Bye bye.